up on Hashtag That, we take a closer look at SGA election posters.
And we break down the new Fast and Furious. All that and much more.
Hello and welcome to Hashtag That. I'm Neliana Ferraro, here with Dorah Labatte and Farrell. It's election season here at Quinnipiac, and the posters are flooding res halls and the student center. Candidates have taken their creative skills to the next level, using everything from movies to the Beyonce and Jay-Z power couple. Which poster? Well, before we get into which posters, let's discuss each one individually, and then you guys can pick your favorite.
Okay.
First, we have Ali with his various Aladdin tributes. I love that they have him on the magic carpet with
This could be us, but
yes, exactly.
You haven't voted yet.
Yes, very clever.
Very clever.
Next, we have Tyler with a Great Gatsby piece. His whole thing with the gold and everything, the small lines in the design.
That was great.
Yeah, very cool. Matt Powers went with an Obama-esque type style of poster. Lindsay, she had an apparent endorsement by Beyonce and Jay-Z and wrote as a tagline, "Let's make your year flawless." A little bit witty there. Joey went with the American Sniper movie poster with his, had like the whole get-up in army clothing, very serious, very intense there. And Chris had Forrest Gump, the classic photo of sitting on a bench with his back turned to the crowd and his face turned. What do you guys think? Which one is your favorite?
I would say my two favorites are American Sniper and Forrest Gump. I need to take some Photoshop classes with these kids because I have no idea how they did this. Like, I suck at editing. And the Forrest Gump and American Sniper one I don't have like an eye for editing, so I probably can't point out the little flaws that they have, but it seemed pretty like perfect to me.
Yeah, I was really amazed at all of the posters walking down the hallway. It's like you're in a movie theater, like looking at real movie posters. And my favorite, I think, was the Beyonce one, just because it really stuck out, and hey, like, to be endorsed by Beyonce and Jay-Z, I'd do it, right?
Yeah, I thought it was interesting that this year they've taken it to the next level. You've seen like classic posters of like, oh, vote for me, very boring. But this at least makes the student elections more interesting, and hopefully will get students more involved. And I know, Dorah, that they definitely had some help from their like graphic designer friends or something.
For sure.
Because there's no way you can pull that off randomly.
No, you have to be in that field, because they're very, very good.
Yeah,
Very
definitely.
Can I just go back to the fact that you said Obama-esque? Is that a new term?
Okay, well, our EP Billy told me to say that. So that was his term. I went with that. I would have said Obama-like.
That works too.
It was similar to Obama's. Beyonce has released a new song. On the 3rd anniversary of her marriage to Jay-Z, Bey and Jay filmed a home video of Beyonce singing her new song, Die With You, about her love for Jay-Z. Only problem is, chances are you can't see it. The song is exclusively on a new website called Tidal. The site has been relaunched by Jay-Z. He hopes with this new site, artists will get paid properly for the music they produced. This site has memberships for as little as $10 a month. So what do you think about this new site and Beyonce going in and putting her song on there?
I think it's cool, but I want to listen to it. Otherwise, I'm not going to pay the $10 for a subscription when most artists either have a YouTube account with, Vivo or something?
Yeah.
Or Spotify. I know Taylor Swift earlier this year took off her music from Spotify, so this might be what they're looking for, but I personally am not going to pay $10 a month just to listen to one Beyonce song, as good as she is.
Yeah. I love Beyonce. I'm not like a diehard, but like I'm pretty close up there, and I didn't listen to the song. I mean, it's killing me. I really want to know. Everyone on Twitter is like going crazy about it. let's see. Please do yourself a favor and go listen to Beyonce sing Die With You, Queen. That was what MTV Brianna said. And then Sydney Henderson said, Beyonce, Die With You is about to be my wedding song because I'm not marrying someone unless I feel that way about them. So people are just going nuts. And I'm sure the song is so great because it's Beyonce, but I haven't listened to it.
I struggle to pay $8 a month for Netflix. Why would I pay $10? I mean, I understand what they're going for when they when they want artists to get paid rightfully for what they produce. But I mean, the gist of it is that things are advancing and people are having easier access to things for free. So get over yourself. Yeah. And these are from like artists that make billions of dollars a year anyway. So like, why do you need this extra subscription website? Like, what is the point? You can pay my tuition for all 4 years. Get over yourself.
All right, well, we might get back to that later about all that. Okay, but first let's talk about some Yik Yaks. So Yik Yak has gotten a lot of criticism for being an anonymous app for bullies, but it isn't all bad. Here are some of my picks for this week's funniest yaks. First on the list, pretty interesting that all my professors have the same policy on plagiarism. Next up is, I wonder if my address has ever been used for a fake ID. Third on the list is, what a beautiful day to stay inside and watch TV with the windows open. After that comes, shout out to the people trying to spear a fish in Hep Creek. Lastly is a genuine question, how do people drive for miles with their blinker on and not hear it? So, which is your guys' favorite yak of the week?
I would say, well, to the last question, I'm a little bit of a reckless driver. So if I play music loudly, of course I'm not going to hear the blinkers, like YOLO.
Good.
There goes life.
Stay away from
I'm from New York. I'm from New York, so I am a reckless
gosh.
driver.
Of course.
And yeah, that's all I got to say.
Well, I know sometimes you go like, you get numb to it. So if it's just like,
So you
it's
start
just like,
dancing to the blinker?
To the blinker. Well, when you're at a
Good,
stop,
okay.
it's like, oh yeah, okay. But driving, I think that would drive me insane. But for the few minutes that it's there, it's like, oh, I appreciate that backbeat. Like, okay.
Oh, no, I totally turn it off immediately. But my favorite Yik Yak was the one about the plagiarism. I think that is funny. Like, you never think about it. Everyone has the same, you're plagiarizing plagiarism. It's funny.
It's all kind of confusing. I wish they'd clarify. They will also just kind of say, oh, well, it's in the syllabus, so don't do it. Oh, well. Picture this. Dozens of children crying and lots of candy. Nope, it's not another Halloween movie. It's just another year at the White House for the Easter egg roll. We're not sure what makes these kids cry every year. It could be competition, the creepy mascots, or just the sugar rush. This year, it was a honeybee. President Obama was interrupted during his narration of Where the Wild Things Are when the children started to squeal and shriek to the sound of zzz. In an attempt to save the heartache, Obama said to the kids, "You're not supposed to be scared of bees when you're wild things." Now, what would you guys say to kids to calm them down?
Honestly, I wouldn't. I would be playing along with them. I would completely like egg them on, like, oh my gosh, like the buzzing. I would so do that. I think it's much more fun that way.
Oh my goodness. I would probably be like 5 yards down the road because I'm afraid of the bee too. But that just sounds like complete madness, that entire event. Children crying, eggs, candy, sugar, bees, Obama singing or reading child stories. It sounds like craziness at the White House that day.
I think you just have to make it fun though. Like as long as nobody's allergic to the bees, you're gonna live.
How in the world would you know that? Mind you, this is not a handful of kids. Like, literally the whole yard of the White House are filled with a bunch of kids that probably their parents are just like, oh, we'll just drop them off and hopefully forget that we own them.
Well, that's the first problem. Then your parents leaving your kid on the White House lawn with like 800 other kids.
My parents probably would have done it.
The White House security's there. They'll be all right.
Yeah, White House security's gonna save you from those bees. I don't know about that.
Before we go to commercial break, check out this week's Instagram of the Week, sponsored by the Bobcat Shop. This week's Instagram of the Week is brought to you by the Bobcat Shop. The Bobcat Shop is your source for custom printing and embroidery for your team, organization, or group. The Bobcat Shop is located at 1010 Sherman Avenue, just 2.5 miles from Mount Carmel campus. This week's Instagram of the week is by @JBulls, who posted a picture of him and his friends at the top of a sleeping giant looking over Mount Carmel campus. We are just as excited about the spring weather as you are. No more snow! Make sure to follow us at #ThatQU on Instagram and Twitter to be for a chance to be featured on our show.
We are your source for entertainment news.
The Bobcat Shop, located at 1010 Sherman Avenue in Hamden. Your #1 choice for Bobcat merchandise. The Bobcat Shop features 2 floors of countless styles and colors. With a full 19,000 square foot screen printing and embroidery operation on the premises, Campus Customs and Simplify can design and decorate any garment or promotional product as quickly as needed. Stop in and say hi.
Welcome to Joya Spa and Salon in Hamden. Whether you want a new look or the perfect wedding day hair, come to us for complete hair and nail care, cuts, styles, updos, extensions, and beautiful dimensional hair color, as well as manis and pedis, acrylics, gels, and shellac. Treat yourself to a facial, a peel, or microdermabrasion. Relax with a variety of massage techniques, including Swedish and hot stone massage. Joya Spa and Salon. Call today.
#that. Now we're going to talk about the latest Fast and Furious movie. It just came out this weekend. Tom, I know you're a really big fan. Here you've been talking about it for weeks in advance. What did you think of it?
Well, first of all, Neliana, I mean, for everyone who knows me, I guess I'm that type of person that says, like, every time I see the latest Fast and Furious movie, I say that's even better than the previous ones. Well, that was that way too, for this one. And, you know, there were a couple unique things about it. I mean, some things that we don't usually see in the previous movie, since it's all about like the action and the stunts and the cars chasing police, etc., like that. So the stunts, obviously, in this one, I think were the best out of all the movies, like that we've seen in the series of all 7 movies. I thought the stunts were definitely the best, just like unique stunts that were really interesting for these actors and actresses to really go through, like fighting scenes, the cars going through different obstacles and stuff. It was just a lot of interesting, cool things. And something else I really got out of this movie was that it was really into like a more family-oriented type of atmosphere, because like usually we don't see that in the Fast and Furious saga. Right. And basically, Paul Walker with his character Brian O'Connor and Mia Toretto with her, played by Jordana Brewster. These two have been, of course, madly in love with each other since the very beginning, since they first basically met each other in her shop, where pretty much that whole thing. And what we see out of this is that Brian O'Connor, played by Paul Walker, he's pretty much becoming a father. And you're starting to see that whole family-oriented characteristic, him really caring about his new son, his new baby boy that was born in the beginning of Fast and Furious 6.
So how did they incorporate Paul Walker's death? I know that was a big issue going into it. Do you think they did well with that?
I absolutely think they did well with it. Obviously, going into the movie, people were kind of wondering, are they just going to have his character killed somewhere in the movie? Well, it was interesting what they actually decided to do was how they decided to obviously keep his character in the whole movie. Now, obviously, with him passing away only halfway through the production, you can literally see that they decided to bring his brothers into the mix, and then obviously through choreography and stuff, they decided to keep his character visible in the movie, and then basically as it went on, just continue his presence as the full length of the movie in such a dramatic way too.
I know Paul Walker had a lot of fans. How do you think he will be remembered?
He's definitely going to be remembered. I mean, 40 years old and to tragically get his life taken away by that car accident was really well, first of all, it was a tragedy.
Right.
But it's just amazing how, ironically enough, something that he was involved in through all the Fast and Furious movies ended up how he ended up passing away. And obviously it wasn't his mentality of how he was supposed to go down with it. But surprisingly, he actually started being in television and in terms of film in the mid-1980s. So he even started being in those productive movies even before I was born, and a lot of us who were born here. And would you even be surprised that he actually guest starred in some of those like soap operas, like The Young and the Restless, as well?
Really?
So,
Okay,
yeah.
I did not know that.
It's
Fast
surprising.
and Furious.
Before he was, because Fast and Furious obviously started
Yeah.
in 2001. Even before that, he
Right.
was into fantasy dramas, soap operas, and
Okay.
and you'd be really surprised exactly what he would be involved in. But Paul Walker, basically, he was involved in many movies that involved car chases and romantic relationships, and that was just his style. That was the way he wanted to be remembered. And if you hear through interviews other characters in the Fast and Furious saga, most notably Vin Diesel, he called him his brother, and he called him so much of how he was really, he felt that Paul Walker made him better in the movies, and he basically wanted them to be together throughout the entire series, and they definitely, I think that was definitely probably the best co-star group of Vin Diesel and Paul Walker that I could pretty much think of in any real series saga, so they did really a great job together.
Okay, that's all we have for you. Thank you, Tom,
Of
for
course.
coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Hopefully there'll be another Fast and Furious movie for us to discuss next time.
Absolutely, will do.
Coming soon up on Hashtag That is Snapchat bringing best friends back. Stay tuned. You're watching Hashtag That on Q30, sponsored by the Bobcat Shop. Stay tuned.
The Bobcat Shop, located at 1010 Sherman Avenue in Hamden. Your #1 choice for Bobcat merchandise. The Bobcat Shop features 2 floors of countless styles and colors. With a full 19,000 square foot screen printing and embroidery operation on the premises, Campus Customs and Simplify can design and decorate any garment or promotional product as quickly as needed. Stop in and say hi.
And we have a
Back to his Hollywood days.
This is my mom.
Welcome to A Sheer Sensation, North Haven's premier cosmetology service, located at 140 Washington Avenue, minutes from Hamden. We offer an array of services, from basic cuts and colors to lash extensions and formaldehyde-free keratin treatments. We also provide hair chalk and styling for men. When you spend $60, your Q card will get you 10% off. Call us at 203-239-6477 to make your next appointment at A Sheer Sensation.
Have you noticed emojis next to your friends on Snapchat? The latest update of the app now displays emojis next to the people you commonly send Snapchats to. So what's the difference? What do the different emojis mean? If there's a heart next to it, that means that you're both best friends. And if there's a smiling face, that means that you're best friends but not #1. And if a fire appears, that means you're on a snap streak. Snapchat has included these emojis to attempt to replace the friends list they took away a few months ago. So do you think Snapchat's gone too far with these emojis next to their friends' names?
I think it's another reason for people to stalk people. So, like, for example, like the little crazy relationships that teenagers go through, like that little phase where they want to know, like, who are you talking to? Is it this girl? Is it that girl? So, like, if her boyfriend, if like she has, like, what is it, the smiley face?
Yeah, they're both
Which-
on each other's friends list.
And if, like, there's no emoji there, then that means
There's
that
no
he's
heart.
talking.
There's no heart.
He's talking to someone else
Not
out
real
there.
love.
To be honest, I need to like keep the little list next to me and like have my Snapchat open and check back and then check. Like I can't remember everything.
Okay.
There's so many.
You trying to explain it to me before the show was the most stressful thing ever. Here I am trying to see, like, okay, I'm like friends with my sister, but can I upgrade that to like a full smile from like a sassy face? It was just too stressful.
Too stressful.
I think once you get the hang of it, you'll probably start remembering. Especially if you're like that crazy girlfriend, you'll definitely remember.
Crazy girlfriend. When Dora heard about it, she was like, "What's my boyfriend's?" Oh, all right, we both got smileys. We're good.
We both got hearts.
Oh, we both got hearts. We're in the clear. In the clear.
In other app news, on April Fool's Day, 17-year-old Haley McBay texted her boyfriend on WhatsApp, "I don't want to be with you anymore. I'm not happy." Plot twist, he replied, "Thank God you said it first." She tweeted, "Well, my April Fool's backfired, getting over 15,000 favorites and retweets. We've all had our bad breakups, but what do you think about this April Fool's? Do you think
that is awful?
Poor girl.
Awful, completely awful. Like, oh my God, so funny, we're so in love. Oh, haha, I don't love you. And then he breaks up with you. That's like
I'm
the
just
worst thing that
surprised
could
she
ever
put it
happen.
on social media after. Like, wouldn't you be like? I would be so embarrassed to be like, "Oh, this is uncomfortable." How long has he thought that? That's ridiculous.
That's true.
Did you broadcast that?
I think
My boyfriend didn't love me.
I
Newsflash,
did see
everyone.
the tweet, so she's pretty famous on Twitter now.
I think she set herself up. I think we all agree that she set herself up.
Yeah, you really should never do that ever.
But
just in case.
My question is, when was he gonna come around and say,
Right?
"I don't love you. Like, let's get out of this relationship"?
Guess it'd always be a secret. I don't know.
They get married. Honey,
I should have told you
for
this.
you. Why do you think we needed to talk for a bit?
Honesty is the best policy.
Right.
That's what the lesson is.
And come up with better April Fool's Day jokes.
Yeah, don't mess around with that. Bye Bye Miss American Pie. Songwriter Don McLean is auctioning off his handwritten song lyrics to his hit American Pie. The well-known song has some of the most discussed song lyrics. The lyrics being sold include lines that did not make the final cut of the song. McLean believes the lyrics could rack up to about $1.5 million. The auction will take place on Tuesday, April 7th. So what do you think could come from these lyrics?
Well, definitely a lot of money.
That's for sure.
I'm a little confused about this. Is he selling like word for word? Is he selling
No, the
lyrics
handwritten copies. Like if Mozart were to like do his like compositions and then sell it.
So when he like wrote the song, he
It's
wrote it
special.
all out.
It's special when it's handwritten.
But doesn't it come in a digital version? Like, do you have to pay for
No,
that too?
no, it's special, Dora, because it's handwritten.
It ended up selling for $1.2 million, and people were like, "That's crazy for song lyrics." It's literally a piece of paper that he wrote words on, and I guess it has the meanings behind it too. I know some fans are a little disappointed. They went to Twitter and said that they're disappointed because it's part of the mysteriousness of the song that they don't want to know what it means.
Oh, it had an explanation?
Yeah, I guess the lines
I'm sure
were...
super fans would completely love doing that.
I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. I would. Maybe.
I would not do it. I'm with you there, but I'm sure the crazy fans would like fall over each other for it.
Before we go to commercial break, check out this week's Tweet of the Week, sponsored by the Bobcat Shop. This week's Tweet of the Week is brought to you by the Bobcat Shop. The Bobcat Shop is located at 1010 Sherman Avenue and is your go-to for Quinnipiac apparel and accessories. This week's Tweet of the Week is by Julia Me, who tweeted, "You know it's Tuesday at Quinnipiac when it's raining and gross outside." Be sure to follow us at #ThatQU on Instagram and Twitter for a chance to be featured on our show.
The Bobcat Shop, located at 1010 Sherman Avenue in Hamden. Your #1 choice for Bobcat merchandise. The Bobcat Shop features 2 floors of countless styles and colors. With a full 19,000 square foot screen printing and embroidery operation on the premises, Campus Customs and Simplify can design and decorate any garment or promotional product as quickly as needed. Stop in and say hi.
Okay, so highlights for this week look pretty solid. Men's hockey versus Yale, men's basketball Iona. Got some pretty nice graphics too, some OTSs, full screens.
Yeah, and I was also thinking for a feature idea, we could do something about head coach Ram Technical from the men's ice hockey squad with the new year and new players.
Yes, that definitely sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Team.
Wait a minute. Where's Mike?
What's up, guys? Sorry I'm late.
What are you doing?
What? Freshman.
Welcome back. If you have any extra snow in your yard, a family in New York wants it. Why? To save their melting snowman. Mike Frigo and his family built the snowman over winter. It brought joy to the entire neighborhood. People even stopped to take pictures with the snowman. When spring started to creep in, Mike set up a Facebook page called Save Our Snowman. He said he didn't expect people to take it seriously, but strangers started showing up at their door. For now, their snowman is safe. Mike's daughter plans to freeze a snowball from this year's snowman and add it to next year's. So, would you guys donate some snow? Would you walk around the sleeping giant looking for snow for this poor girl's snowman?
Isn't there
Poor
an
family.
asylum for people like that?
No.
There
Yes.
is something wrong with this
Yes.
family, and they need help. Forget the snow. Donate money to help this family because they're freaking crazy.
There are sick people, there are people that are hungry, and people are spending time donating snow. I don't have time to go find snow. I have to do my homework and other important things. Really? The snow's gonna come back next year, and you can just build a new snowman. It's
To
a
be
snowman.
fair, they were joking, but I'm not against a little love for a snowman. Think of Frosty, okay? Believe in the magic of the snow. If people are willing to drive around looking for extra snow, I'm all for saving the snowman.
Frosty comes back each year, though. Frosty comes back.
That's all we have for you this week.
Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at #ThatQU for a chance to be featured on our show.
Have a good night.